it really impacts people that we consider high risk. In those people, it causes an infection that can lead to septicemia, which is an infection of the blood, as well as infection of the nervous system, which we would call like meningitis. My name is Martin Bucknavage. I am the Senior Food Safety Program Specialist here at Penn State. Yeah, really hard to tell exactly what happened in the most recent outbreak with Listeria, but what we know is the fact that the company did recall product after the product made by that company was linked to 10 illnesses. Fortunately, no one's died, but Listeria is a pathogen that can cause death in people who do become infected. So Listeria is a pathogen that can be found in certain types of food products. It's an organism that, for many of us, it would not be overly impactful, but people in those high-risk categories, it can lead to a very serious infection of the blood, which is septicemia, or infection of the nervous system, such as with meningitis. Listeria, for the most part, for the average person, is not overly impactful, right? It won't. If anything, you can get a light case of diarrhea in some cases, but really where the risk is in these people with that we consider high risk. So again, people who are older, young children, women who are pregnant, people who have certain types of immune diseases, or people who are on certain types of medication that impact their immune system. In these individuals, Listeria basically gets from their intestine into their, through the intestinal wall into their bloodstream, and again leading to things like septicemia, which is a blood infection, or infection of the nervous system. The contamination generally starts off in the processing facility that manufactures these types of products. And so where we see this type of contamination is generally in refrigerated, ready-to-eat foods. So products like, in this particular case, sandwiches. More also recently, we've had the Boar's Head recall, where we had luncheon meats that were contaminated with Listeria, and specifically, I believe it was liverwurst. Other outbreaks in the past have been involved with coleslaw, potato salad, and hot dogs. Overall, we don't have a lot of Listeria contamination issues. Certainly, recently we've had this Listeria outbreak associated with the sandwich products on the West Coast. Also, recently, of course, the Boar's Head Listeria outbreak. And in these particular cases, these were, I would think, abnormality, conditions where this contamination occurred. For the most part, the food industry does a pretty good job in terms of monitoring food production to ensure that they don't have this type of contamination. The big thing would be is to follow and watch, when there are recall situations such as this, to make sure that, especially if you're in these high-risk categories, that you're going through and making sure you don't have them in your refrigerator.